My name is Grant. My name is Grant Dippold, and I'm coming to you from Iowa. My wife is Amy Dippold. We are executive consultants with LifeVantage. We've been here for about 8 or 9 years. It's our first network marketing and only network marketing company. Let me take the gum out of my mouth. My mom would not be impressed with me right now. Sorry about that, you guys. But hey, I am fired up, okay? And maybe it was because I just ran out of the church, and so I'm huffing and puffing. We had a Christmas concert tonight. Amy and I tag team jumping back and forth. We thought we found a spot in the church to stream this, but we don't make excuses. The internet was terrible, so now I'm in the car, and I hope this works out for you guys. It's that Facebook episode, or sorry, Friends episode, where that meme that goes around where Ross is moving the couch and he's like, pivot, pivot, right? Can you guys picture that? That was me. Pivot, come on, pivot. I'm fired up. And before we jump into it, the reason why, you guys, I just came out of a Christmas concert, and I imagine many of you are at a similar one in a different state, in a different town. And we just went kindergarten all the way through fifth grade. And I get so fired up about those because you see these kindergartners and you better believe that there is an obstacle in their way standing up on that stage. The lights are shining on them and they can't even see people out in the audience because it's so dark and it's not lit up. They can't see their parent and they're kindergartner and they are blasting from the top of their lungs their Christmas song and they're sharing the good news. And they, in that moment, are overcoming something. It's a small obstacle to us, right? But they're overcoming something. And then you come back the next year and they're in first grade, and you come back in the next year and it's second grade. And then third grade, maybe it's a solo or something like that. And you see these kids grow. And I'm sitting there reflecting, and it's because every year over year, they stepped out of their comfort zone. Okay. Growth happens outside of our comfort zone. They're not comfortable up there. They're not comfortable doing the solo, but they're doing it. And I want to make sure, as we're 35, myself, you're 45, you're 55, you're 65, you're 75, that you're still doing that because you did it once. You were in the Christmas play, you were in the Christmas choir, you did it as a kid at some point in your life, and you are still equipped to do it now. It's just a different form. I didn't have that planned. I probably took too much time doing it. But I hope that you guys, as you are sitting maybe in the next week or so, or maybe you already sat through your Christmas concert, that you kind of reflect on that. Welcome to tonight's call. If this is your first call, okay, if you've never been here before, that is called a tangent. Grant sometimes takes them and runs with them. That doesn't always happen. But if this is your first time, drop a 1 in the chat. We want to welcome you in the chat. We'll drop in there and say hello. And what a neat time and season to have you with us. And we look forward to seeing your face. If you're not on camera right now, that's fine. No problem. But in the future, we'd love to see your face, and we'd love to see you on the next call and the call after that. And so let's set up where we're going this evening, okay? You have 3 presenters tonight. Actually, you're going to have more than 3, but 3 of us are going to facilitate it. I'm going to kick us off. Then we have Tanya introducing some folks and filling in the gaps where I leave some gaps. I always leave some gaps. And then Sean is going to close us out. But Tanya and I want to introduce a new opportunity to you guys. Some of you have already qualified for it and you don't even know it yet, okay? We are creating something in 2025 that we think is going to be huge, and some of you are already qualified for it. And then Tanya, bless her heart, released what we're releasing to you about a month ago. She beta tested it for us, and there are some excited people. And so we're gonna share those people with you. And then Sean's gonna close us out, share some financial excitement that we're having as a company, some one person big difference website items, and a new growth day growth day opportunity for you guys. So it's year end. Okay. We have 16 days to the end of the year. We have 9 days till Christmas. We have 2 more one person big difference team calls Monday night, 7:30 Central. Put those on your calendar. We know it's a busy time. Guys, I'm the perfect example tonight. There are other things going on right now, but these calls are important. The community, the training, the announcements, just being here as people on the same vision and focus, it's important to be here. So please prioritize these calls, and I'll raise you one. We know that we put out some recordings there and we do some streamings into Facebook. And so it's like, hey, I can catch it another time. Yeah, you can, but it's not the same as being here live and being a part of this. So where are you right now closing out 2024? Okay. Sit here in a moment. And I said this maybe a month ago when I led this call. There are things at the beginning of 2024 that you set as goals that you have accomplished in 2024. Okay. We're going to look to 2025, but let's pause for a moment. You did things in 2024. Congratulations. You set goals. You worked a process. You showed up. How about that MB launch? Oh my goodness, right? Congratulations on the things that you set as goals and you worked them throughout the year and you're coming to that close. Okay. Let's reflect on that and congratulate you. Now, are you where you ultimately want to be? Are you a consultant? We have some new people on here. Maybe you're a consultant or you're a C1 or C2 or C3. Do you want to become a primary rank in this company, being an SC1? Moving on to SC2, SC3, I already see June nodding her head. June, thank you for interacting. That is awesome. Okay, if you're an SC1, SC2, and you've already made that jump, do you want to be an MC? Do you want to start being a leader on this team and leading others as well? What about the executive ranks? Guys, I was looking at the shareable for tonight, right? Where it has the team call and who's going to be on it. And it was Sean's face and it was Tanya's face. And then it was my face. You guys, there was a time when I signed up that Sean and Tanya were celebrities to me. Okay. I didn't think that I could get to where they were at. And boy, do I still have so much to learn from them. But if I kept that limiting belief and that thinking and I didn't step out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't be with my face on the graphic sharing with you guys tonight. Guys, I was the person at the back of the room with my arms crossed. Okay. But I'm here now and I'm excited for where we're going to go. All right. So be thinking about where you want to go. We have created a qualifying, okay? You have to qualify for this. And some of you already have, and you didn't even know it. We are creating a qualified opportunity for MC or SCs, SC1, SC2, SC3. Okay. Qualified position there. And we're creating another opportunity for MC1s, MC2s, MC3s. We are going to bring, you have to qualify for this, a weekly call. Okay. Write this down at 6:45 Central to 7:15 Central. That's 30 minutes. Okay. And they're going to happen side by side, parallel to each other. There's going to be an SC call led by executives, and there's going to be an MC call led by executives. Okay. And what we're going to do, it's going to be different than anything you've experienced before, different than this team call and what we're doing right now. From a format perspective, we are going to have other leaders outside of your native organization, and maybe we will still have the one person big difference huddle. Because I thought the same thing. This time, 7:30 to 8 Central, will always be here for the entire group. And we're just going to start at 6:45, go to 7:15, SCs in one group, MCs in another group. And we're going to build inside of that a community and a front, right? There is a season of our business that is different for an SC1, SC2, SC3 than it is for an MC1, MC2, MC3. That is different for an executive, right? And so what we want to do is all those hard knocks over the 8 years that we've been doing this. We want to share what we did and what we reflect on in the season of life that we were in at an SC1 and at an SC2. We're going to speak very specifically to you as SCs and very specifically to you as MCs. Okay. And you have to qualify for it. I hope that this just, I mean, I'm not giving you very much, but I hope you are excited for this. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to celebrate wins. Okay. You're going to get to know the people on the call. We're going to celebrate wins. We're going to do some training, and the training is going to be specific to our era. That's already, we all know what era is. Maybe some of us don't, but era, enroll, retain, and advance, right? Every week, this is going to be a cycle. You're going to be able to rely on the cycle. It's going to be very consistent. It's going to be enroll 1 week. We're going to train on enroll. Then we're going to train on retain. And then we're going to train on advance. Okay, so now we're 3 weeks in. Then the 4th week, we're going to talk about promotions, incentives, and events. And then the 5th week is kind of a wild card. Maybe we'll bring in a guest speaker. Maybe we'll speak to something exciting that's going on specific to the company, or just a wild card, right? Maybe we'll open mic night. We'll do karaoke, right? No, we probably won't do that one. But I'm excited about what that's going to build, because here's what's important. All right, I wrote this down. I write important things down. The slightest brush of a pencil is better than the sharpest brain. What that goes to say is write the important stuff down. Don't just leave it to your memory. In 2025, each one of us is going to expand our network. When you're in that SC group, when you're in that MC group, it's not just going to be your native team anymore. Okay. We're going to foster and build relationships with our crossline cousins, people who are in the same season of the business as what we are. I have been frustrated in my life in this business when I'm trying to figure out what other people are doing around me, and I'm not with people in the same season. Okay. And then here's what we're excited about. I'm excited for my team to get taught and trained by other executives outside of Amy and myself. Okay. I think it's really important for your team as well to hear from individuals other than just yourself. There might be a little bit of a humble piece of pie in that, but I think it's really important. Tanya, I have no scan of time. What time is it?
6:43.
6:43. Okay.
7:40.
I took too much time. So, is that everything on my, maybe I did just right. That's everything on my list, you guys. I know I dripped and I dabbled just a little bit in there. You're gonna have to join the call. You will get a private invite. You will know. You're going to get a private dial-in and password, okay? Because you qualified it. Show up for yourself and be consistent in 2025 and expand your network. June 6th, Monday, June 6th, 6:45 Central, we're going to kick this off. SCs in one group, MCs in another group. I'm kicking it over to Tanya. She's going to fill the cracks or the holes that I left, and she's going to share with some other people.
Great job, Grant. Way to go. Thank you for taking the time. Thanks for kicking it off. Hi, everybody. I'm Tanya Sheldon, EC2 out of Meridian, Idaho. And it takes leaders with vision to help people with their dreams. I just heard that recently. And we have a vision as your executives, and we know where we want to go in 2025. We see where the company is going. And we know our purpose, and our purpose is to create more leaders. And the more leaders that we have within our organization and within this company, the more of a legacy that we can create for our families as well. So I don't know why I'm so nervous talking to you tonight. But the last thing I want to say, and then I'm going to kick it over to Vicky and then to Mia, you each get about 3 minutes, is I heard a recording, and Sean's going to talk about this, but on the Brendan Burchard app that you have access to, there is a training on your why. And there's a gentleman that talks about his story of being a foster child and wanting to find his dad. And he finds his dad and he invites his dad to watch him play football at Oregon State, one of the Ducks. But the problem is he sits on the bench. And so he's like, how am I going to get in that game and make this a real experience for my dad? So he goes to the coaches and he asks them, what do I need to do to get on the field? The coach proceeds to tell him exactly what he needs to do to get on the field. And he said, that became my why. Like that was my driving force. And he said, what happened was in conjunction with my why, I had an anchor question. And that anchor question was, if something was presented to him, an opportunity to go to the gym early, to eat well, or to go party, the question was, is this going to get me on the field for my dad to see me? That was his anchor question. And if he could not say yes to that, he chose not to do it. So our hope is that with these calls, it will be your anchor question for you to say. One of your anchor questions will be, will me showing up on this call dedicated to me and the people in my season help me grow and get where I want to go in LifeVantage? And it should be a hard yes. Like that's the value we want to bring you. And I want you to tell yourself that on a weekly basis so that you show up and you stay accountable to the goals and the dreams that you have, because we're going to move in 2025. All your leaders are going to move. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. And we don't want anybody left behind. So let that be your anchor question. By me showing up, will this move me forward? And it's going to be yes. And if you don't show up, is it going to move you forward? No, it won't. So with that, I'm going to bring on Vicki Meyergerd. She is a senior consultant 3 on my team. You're going to see her on stage. I cannot tell you, I'm not going to go into it because I will lose it, but she is so special to me. I see her blooming right before my eyes, walking with more posture, having more confidence, grace, all the things. And we've been able to do just a couple senior consultant calls, but I just wanted Vicki to speak to what this means to you, Vicki, knowing that this is going to be coming ahead with cross-line people and dedicated training for someone like you in a special season where you'll be around other people that will be in the same season. Can you speak to that, please?
Thank you, Tanya. You're so sweet. And I'm much the person that I am today because of your belief in me. And I wouldn't have known that if it hadn't been for LifeVantage. So I won't go there either, or I will cry. But like Grant was saying, talking about the kids on stage, like it's not just little kids that have fears. I have a lot of fear about growing and taking the next step. But when I think about these calls that are coming, I think of, I've heard it said that if you're looking to grow and if you're the most successful person in the room that you're in, you need to find another room. So I think of these calls as like a stepping stone for me to grow, because if I get to be surrounded by these executives who are bringing their best for us, like they have what I want. They in many ways are the kind of person that I want to be. And so it's kind of like be mindful of who you surround yourself with. And so I feel like these calls, like the SC call is just going to be a stepping stone to the MC call, and the MC call is going to be a stepping stone to get to the executive ranks. So I'm really excited about it. And another thing that occurred to me today is I've been around a long time in LifeVantage, and there have been, I don't know if you'd call this an incentive, but there have been things like this before. And many times I just come in below the threshold and I don't qualify to be in on the special calls or the contest or whatever. And so when I learned about this, these calls, I was like, I'm already in. Like I've never already been in. So it's exciting to me to think that I'm already in the SC one or the SC group. My next step is the MC group. So I'm super grateful to you guys for putting this together for us, to helping us grow. I completely agree. Like that 2025 is the year for growth for me, for sure. But I feel like for a lot of us, especially with all the exciting things going on in LifeVantage right now, that MB is just mind blowing. So thank you so much. I really appreciate probably the amount of time you've already put into this and what's coming up. I'm excited for the calls to get started. So thank you.
That's the best. You're already in. So
I
good.
know.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
So good. And think of that too, you guys. Like we know we had the consultant 1, 2, and 3, but think of that. You have another measuring stick for that new person when they come in. Not only is SC1 our core rank, not only will they earn extra income if they reach it right away, but then they get to be a part of the senior consultant inner circle with other people and really start elevating what they learn outside of the team call. So that too, let that become a part of your onboarding process. Like, guess what you get to be a part of? You're going to be in once you hit SC1. That's so beautiful. So Nia, I would love for you to tell everybody so eloquently, like you did earlier today, what this means to you to have this happening in the new year.
Well, it's just so exciting. Hi, everybody. I'm Mia Krishnaswamy. I live with my husband, Don, in Massachusetts, for those that you who don't know us. And I will just say, what Grant has shared and what Tanya has shared, and Vicky, you can only control how you show up. And when you show up, it is going to matter with how you build this business and how you are going to change lives, your own and many others. So that is hugely important. And, sometimes when we're in the group with everybody and you kind of feel like, wow, where do I fit into this big, huge jigsaw puzzle? You're excited, you're inspired, but you're wondering, where do I fit in? Guess what? We all started in the same place, and we all grew our business to get to that senior consultant levels. And then we grew even more to pass those and get to the managing consultant levels. And sometimes when you're at the beginning there, you're looking at the executive levels and it just feels like such a vast difference, and with how far you have to go. But I just have to share something because before we even launched Mind Body GLP-1, Gloria Brinker inspired me so much because in a matter of days, she jumped from the MC2 level to MC3. And it was just in such a short time that she had all this volume to make up and she just did it. And so to me, when I knew how big the Mind Body GLP-1 launch was going to be, at that convention, I was just like, okay, it is time. And it literally, I had been talking for 2 years about how much I wanted to double my business. That happened in a matter of weeks from the launch, and so it was making a decision. And I remember fist pumping Sean and fist pumping Mark Shinsato, who's presidential level as well, as we were leaving the convention, and just saying MC3 this month. And I meant it. I didn't know how it was going to happen. We had to double our business basically in a matter of weeks. And I had been talking about that for 2 years. So my point being, it matters how we show up. It matters the value that we're being given that gives us the confidence to grow our business to where we want it to be. And, Ed Milet is many of us are probably very familiar with him, but he says, you're best equipped to help the person that you used to be. And, and then when you pass that person, and you become that next level, then you're looking to those other leaders that inspire you. And it's just so exciting that we know this one person big difference family, but we're going to be blessed by others, other senior consultants, other managing consultants, and we all are just one big happy family. And it's just so exciting to know what is possible for all of us as we become even more a legacy company, because we will be. We will be a legacy company. So we just can't give our power away to anybody else. This is our business, and our business is about inspiring and exciting and helping others to change their lives, because we know that that's what we have in our hands. And we're just so blessed. And I'm just so happy to share. And I hope I did justice to it.
You did. Thank you, Mia. Love you. All right, Sean Poe.
You.
All right, let's bring it home. I am so fired up about this, you guys. We started discussions about this in August when we saw what was happening and what was creating by the excitement and the passion and the extra energy and effort every single one of you guys were putting into your businesses. And we knew things were going to look very, very different come October. Well, little did we know that it was going to start a little bit earlier in September. And we've just seen some massive, massive growth throughout the organization from August, September on. And so we have, I promise you, put hour after hour after hour going through different scenarios, different thoughts. Would this be the best thing for everybody? And this is where we landed on. So if you're excited about what you heard tonight already, put a 7 into the chat. Because what I want to see happen, you guys, is when we start these calls, that people are bought in, that we are going to bring them the best training that they could possibly get, that we'll put in our part to give you and deliver you the best that we possibly can, whether it's on the SC call, the MC call, masterminding on the executive calls. 2025 is going to look different than anything you've seen before. Michelle and I, we've been in this business for almost 14 years now. And one thing that we've consistently done is personal development. And I think this is going to benefit you from the very, very first call that you jump on. And we want this to be a part that's integrated just into what you do to build this business. Become the business owner that you can be with potentially a multi-million-dollar business in your hands. Michelle and I, 14 years ago, we didn't understand the first thing about network marketing. We didn't understand the first thing about nutraceuticals, but we had leaders and mentors that were willing to pour into us as much as we were willing to pour back into other people. We closed out October, you guys, as an organization with 2.8 million in sales, and I was blown away by that. But when I look at those kind of numbers and stuff, I dream bigger. We're constantly seeing what we can do to improve and deliver more. And I think that was just the first kickoff of GLP-1 and the transformation of this company. I think what you're going to see in 2025 is going to blow that out of the waters. It's not even going to be funny when we look back 6 months from now and we go, oh, we thought we were going to be here. Look at what happened. And part of that is the development of every single person on the team. Every single person matters. I love the fact that we have like June and Shelly and Elaine today, new people onto this. And I want to see each and every week these groups growing and growing and growing, and people going from one group to the next group, because that means that we've done something successful. When you win, we all win. And that's what we want for you guys. One of my goals, we were at an event, Eric Worre's GoPro last weekend, and one of the things that I wrote down as a goal for me in 2025 is I want to have organizationally a month where we do over $4 million in sales. And it's possible. It's a huge goal, but it's possible. And it starts with things like this. And if that happens, you guys, roughly $1.8 million will be paid out in commissions that month to people like you. And the question is, how big of a piece of the pie do you want? How much are you willing to learn? How much are you willing to sacrifice and just put on the back burner for a little bit of time to change things in 2025? And so outside of what we're doing on these calls that are going to happen again on Monday night, the SC call and the MC call is going to be at the same time, 6:45 to 7:15 Central. And then we'll have everybody gather as a group at 7:30 on this call as well. So those are just 2 half-an-hour blocks that you have to carve out to really learn how to take your business to that next level, how to impact more people, how to enroll more, retain the people that you have coming in, advance yourself, advance people on your team, right? Become a bigger, better organization. And then we'll look to talk about incentives and promotions. And then we've got that wild card week that's always going to be amazing, I promise you. But one of the other things that came to us at that Worry Mastermind, we had the pleasure of having Brendan Burchard teach us for about an hour. And the dude blows me away every time he speaks. And he was talking about different things that he does. And I saw a bunch of people in the chat on the screens in the studio that we were at that were talking about they were already part of his growth day. And I hadn't heard of that before. So I immediately looked it up to see what it was and if it was something we could implement, because his teachings inside and outside of your LifeVantage life are golden. Like, it makes people better versions of themselves. So I started looking into it, and it was about $500 a month. And I was like, that's worth it. I want my kids to hear this. I want to listen to it daily. I want Michelle to hear it. And then I dug further into it, and I found this opportunity that we could gather as a team. And if we did the team side of it, as long as I got 10 other people to commit to do it with us, we would drop that price from $500 to $200, you guys, for an entire year, new learnings every single day. And so we decided to just do it. And immediately we had a huge response to that. And I'm going to pull it up here so you can just kind of see what it is real quick. But if you want to be a part of that as well, this is, again, it's outside of LifeVantage. Brendan Burchard is one of the best trainers in the world. And he will deliver you stuff that can absolutely change your life. And so right now we've got about 53 people that are doing this with us. I love this on the top right, the daily fire. Every single day, he's going to deliver a different message that you can start your day off with and really start to change your mindset on how you tackle each and every day. Today was talking about the switch, being able to mentally switch things that normally would have triggered you or put you into a state that you don't want to remain in or be in, and how to get out of that. And so that was a 13-minute and 49-second lesson that really, really made me analyze, okay, what are those things that come up on almost a daily or a weekly basis that trip me up in doing what I need to be doing to become a better version of me? The other cool thing about this is on the team side, you get additional learning, which is in this Growth Day teams. And what we're going to do is over the 12 months, we're going to go through each month a very different topic. So this month, and we're going to continue this one into January, it's about leadership. It's about leadership and social influence, and how you can become a better leader and a person with more influence socially. And it's people that you would normally have to, as a company, pay $100,000 to get them to talk for 45 minutes to an hour. And this is all included in that $199 to be a part of this. And if this isn't for you, totally, totally cool. I just want to make sure that every single person has the opportunity to say yes or no. Mel Robbins. If you haven't ever heard Mel Robbins talk, she's unbelievable. This one is on defining your leadership style. She's going to talk for 49 minutes about that. And again, we're going to digest this part of the information over a month period of time to just really sharpen the tools that we already have and become better leaders for our organizations. Some of the other topics here: focus and discipline, how to manage others, mindset and resilience. They're all amazing. One of these classes would be worth the $199, I promise you that. So I'm excited about that. What I've seen over the last 4 days plugging into it really, really has impacted just how I'm attacking each and every day. If this is of interest to you, you can text me 605-929-0877. I'll put that into the chat real quick. But if you want to be a part of it, $199, we're going to cover the tax on it. It's around $212, but we'll cover that part of it for you. We just want the opportunity to come together as a group. And if you know other people that want to be a part of that, they don't have to be in LifeVantage. This is open to anybody and everybody, cross-line outside of LifeVantage. friends, neighbors, it doesn't matter. We just want to have an impact on people through this messaging. And I think this is a great, great resource and tool to help people in 2025. One of the other things that I wanted to bring up is our website. Michelle has spent countless hours reshaping this website again, just to make it more easy to access and to use. And we tried to make it as big as possible on the very first screen. If you go to onepersonbigdifference.com, this is where you click to register for onboarding and to get into the training site. We do send out a message to every new consultant with this information, but I know emails, they get lost in the shuffle at this point in life. But we want you to be aware, if you're not in it, jump in there and just kind of look around and see what's going on. First 48 hours are unbelievable on getting a new person started and going. And then we're also going to house within there. When you register and when you're in the site, our behind the scenes people are going to code your login information with extra stuff that is designed for you. So all of those classes that we're talking about on every Monday that you're going to come and learn and engage and create community, we're going to house those inside of One Person Big Difference for 1 week. So that anybody that can't get on live, I'd suggest if you can get on live, but if you can't for whatever reason, then you can come into the website, you can rewatch or watch that week's lessons. And then at the end of every month, we'll put back in all of the previous month's trainings, but they're only going to be up for a week initially. We really want people to commit to, if you're serious about building this business in 2025, we want you to commit that you'll watch these if you weren't on the live that same week and as early in the week as possible, because a lot of that stuff that we're talking about is time specific on starting the week off on a Monday doing these sorts of activities. So I'm super excited about this. You guys, I love our leadership team, their ideas, their thoughts that they're bringing to the table, how to level up the game that we're playing in, the environment that we're in. There was one other thing that I wanted to talk about. Virtual event in January. If you're not signed up for that yet, please register for that tonight. Okay, you can go on to lifevantage.com, go to events and register. It's a free ticket. A lot of communities, they're getting together in groups, but even if you're going somewhere and somebody else is hosting that, sign up just so the company has an idea of how many eyeballs are being used on these virtual events and that they're bringing value to you. And then I will end it with this last thing. Sorry, we're going over a little bit. There's a lot of important information today. But the stock price, you guys, the stock price is a direct reflection of people's emotion and feeling towards the company in LifeVantage's terms. Okay. Most stocks, as a former portfolio manager and holding my security licenses, most big companies don't trade off of emotion. They trade off of financials and they trade off of what's going on, because the majority of stock is held by institutions. And usually it's like a 75% institution holdings, 25% individual investors. LifeVantage is the complete opposite. It's about 75% individual investors, 25% institutional. At this point, we still are, in terms of the NASDAQ, a relatively small company, but you can see with what's happening there that people are starting to catch on to what we've been talking about since June of last year, that this was going to be a new company. And we just today eclipsed a mark where there hasn't been another higher stock price since going back to 2012, the year after Michelle and I joined the company, when it had a huge spike. And I'm telling you, pretty soon, we're going to be at highs that we haven't seen for this company since 2002, when it really got in the face of people that could invest into the company. So things are happening. People are starting to take notice. This was the first time ever at an Eric Worre event, and Michelle and I have been doing those for 13 years, that when we said the name LifeVantage, people weren't like, huh? What does that company do? People knew what LifeVantage was. We're making a disruption in this profession, and it's only going to get louder. And again, I want every single one of you to get out of this company what you came here to get, whether that's a health journey, a financial journey, a combination of both. But what we're going to push into you as well is the personal development side. We want to impact the world to make people better versions of themselves. And that's what we're going to do. I promise you in 2025, we will pour everything that we possibly can into you. So I'm so appreciative of you guys. Way to kick it off. Grant brought the fire.
Hey,
Tanya,
honey,
yes. What did I
my
forget?
my goal tonight, because we know that leaders are born at events. My goal tonight is to double registrations. You guys will hear me say this. I've said this for years, but it's been in my head so many times lately. When is now, capital NOW, a good time? Don't push off registration because it's January 11th, because it's virtual. Commit and decide tonight. I'm going to go to the site. I'm going to go there now. I am going to go register. It's free. There's a blessing and a curse with the free, because it's like I'll get to it whenever, instead of like there's a cost and there's that investment. This is your life. This is your mission. What do you want in 2025, right? So going big, owning it, and registering. So I'm going to give out tomorrow. I'm going to take all the registrations and I'm going to send out my favorite true pout. I'm going to give somebody a true pout. I'm going to send it out tomorrow for whoever gets registered tonight. So go tell your teams, get registered. Mama Post sending out a true pout. You guys like true pout? I'm going to send out a true pout. I love true pout. And, and we're going to make it happen, because this is going to be a massive year. Decide tonight if you want to do Brendan. Every day we have a messenger group, you guys. Every day we're fed. It's the first thing that I listen to now in the morning. Decide for yourself if you want to invest in that. Oh, Sean's getting here. He's like, my wife is talking too much again. But I just love you guys so much. I'm so excited about the future. I'm so excited for these calls. We're so jacked up for each and every one of you. And I'm sorry I had to interrupt, honey, but
No, you're good.
we're
You're
going to
good.
double.
I love it. I love it. Let's double it
Registrations.
tonight. I've already gotten a ton of texts on people that want to be a part of Growth Day as well. I'll grab Michelle's Venmo link to send to you. I'll follow up on that text right away. I'll get you into the system tonight. They'll send you an email once I've put your email address in there. They're going to send you an email invite to get registered. So if you don't see it in your email, you can reach out back to me as well. Again, my number is 605-929-0877 if that's something that's of interest to you. And then let's push it all the way to April. You guys, that's the next in-person event for LifeVantage, the global. And it is going to be off the hook. I mean, it is going to be one giant celebration of what we've done since we got together in Kansas City. So commit to yourself as well. You'll be a part of that. We want to see you in person. We want to celebrate you and everything you and your organizations are doing. So with that, we'll wrap it up. Have an amazing, amazing week, and can't wait to see all of you at the top. See you guys.
Yay! Love you all.